Hello, Leo. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm going to use the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. I don't know if that glare is working. It seems like you can see them. In support of Oracle cards are going to be the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle deck by John Holland. I know it says Psychic Tarot, but it feels more like an Oracle deck, so I use it as an Oracle deck, in case you're wondering. Alright. Relationship? Yep. Leo. See, this feels interesting. I feel like you got justice in your question mark area. You got the Queen. The Queen of Wands here energy. Like, that's a very passionate move forward. That's moving forward without delay. That's very passionate about moving forward. And I'm getting there's a lot of movement forward. But I'm seeing with you, this is the most interesting spot. The Justice card in your challenge position is like, what's the right thing to do here? I feel like that's weighing on you heavily. What is the right thing to do here? And I feel like you're kind of pulled between how you feel, yet opposed by what you feel is right. This is what I want to do. This is what I should do. Is there a way to merge them together? I feel like that's the question mark. And I'm getting the Strength card pushing in with the Justice. Like, that's your challenge card. Like, there's what you want to do that's opposed almost. I don't want to say opposed. What you want to do and what you feel, it's up to you what you feel you should do. And the Strength card is here. It's like you seem to be going a little slow is what I'm getting. But I'm also getting the Knight, not the Knight, the Queen of Swords. Yeah? Yeah. I don't know if you can see her. There we go. And don't get caught up in the gender, of course. I always say that, especially with this. But this is saying, this is a smart, intelligent person. This person can be very reserved when necessary. They're not going to tell you anything they don't want to say. And this is representing you. Like, you're not pushing forward possibilities. You're not telling people what you're thinking. But you're putting a lot of thought into it. This can be a very smart card also in getting more information, getting other people to talk to them. I don't see this as a bitter card. Some people do, and I get that, but I don't feel that with this card especially. I'm getting like the possibilities of change floating around this person. So you're giving a lot of thought into this. You're trying to find a way to merge what you want and what you feel should be done. Because it doesn't feel like they're in the same boat by themselves. So like you have to work at it. You're trying to find a way to make that happen. The person you're dealing with here, your partner, I'm noticing the Queen and the King of Wands. The Queen does feel like it's over there too. Their challenge card is the King of Wands. But I feel like instead of pushing forward just what's in front of them, and this is what's already set in front of me, this is what was already agreed upon. The difference between the Queen and the King for me, the King looks at things very analytically. This is what we were going to do. This is what we said we're going to do. Let's move forward. Just move forward. The Queen has passion about moving forward, but she's like, you know what? There's people involved here. There's people's feelings involved here. And you know what? It's not just about your feelings. It's about these other people's feelings as well. Well, how do we need to, work through this and keep going forward? She's definitely a movement forward. She doesn't hesitate, but she definitely looks at other people's feelings, in my opinion, in this situation. Now, the King isn't flat out cold. I don't want to give him that impression, but he might base his decision on what's right for everybody based on what it looks like on paper rather than what it feels like, if that makes sense. She's more likely to look at it like, how are people going to feel when this is done? He's more likely to look at it, how is it gonna work after this is done? Like, people's feelings might get a little hurt, but it's better for the majority based on what I'm seeing here on paper. I hope that makes sense. Maybe not. Maybe not. So there's kind of like that going on here. I feel like your partner needs to like just kind of like keep going, keep that situation going forward, but kind of like realize like it's not just about it working correctly when it's done. It's also about how do people feel when it's done. And I am getting also, though, with your partner, where they're standing now is the Seven of Pentacles. Situation has not moved forward yet, whatever they're dealing with. but they're looking at it like how much longer before they do. They're getting ready to move forward, I'm getting, but the green light is not there, and they're not even sure when that green light is really going to show, but it's just not time yet, but it seems like they're preparing for it. This is pulling in, but this is weird. Because I feel like this has kind of got a slight twinge of the Four of Pentacles. Even though it's clearly the Four of Wands. It's got a twinge about holding on to what they feel is right. And they're very stable in this relationship is what I'm getting from the Four of Wands. There's a lot of stability. It feels like they have the view in this situation of what's moving forward next. Like things have been agreed upon. They're expecting you're going to hold to what you've already agreed upon. And it might be something you've flat out agreed to, or something they believe, or they're expecting that you're just realizing this is where it's going. You may not have flat out said you're going to go the same way as them, but they're expecting that. They're expecting that is what I'm getting. But I feel like the Four of Pentacles kind of, I feel a twinge of that there, in the sense of like kind of holding on to what they believe is right and not really wanting to move forward. Kind of like you're involved with them in this relationship, and that you just have to go along with them because by being in a relationship with them, you have to go along with them. It's kind of like that feel. It's a little skewed. A little bit. Take that with a grain of salt. Granted, it's a general read. I feel it's very strong, though. They're definitely expecting you're going to go forward with them on this. And I'm getting like you're aware of that. Now, they're waiting for that Seven of Pentacles. Like, they're in that spot. Like, it's not time to pick the fruit, but, like, how much longer? They're getting ready for it. They're preparing for it. The Five of Pentacles then pops up next. And I feel like the reason you're seeing that on their side is because you have the Seven of Swords on your side. I feel like you're just trying to kind of walk away from the situation, but the reason you're pulling back is because you just kind of want to give it a rest. You don't want to think about it for now. It's not time for it to move forward anyway. You're still trying to find a way to get what you want and do the right thing at the same time. So you're backing off from it, just kind of giving yourself a break from it. The Five of Pentacles on your partner side is they want you more invested. They want you pushing forward with them. And I don't feel like they like that you're pulling back. But they might be misinterpreting. They just want you more involved. Let's put it that way. They want you pushing forward with them. Spiritually, they have the Eight of Swords. I feel like they're kind of like, they're hell-bent that this is going to work out this certain way. They don't feel like there's another way about it. This is where I'm going, this is the rate, this is the speed. I said I was going this way. When an opportunity comes, I'm taking it, then that's that. But the Eight of Swords is telling me, like, they're telling themselves that this is how it has to go. They're not willing to, like, step back or, like, put this on pause. And I'm seeing you, it's interesting, like this isn't matching here, but I'm seeing more about the Seven of Swords popping in here where they feel like they're the ones pushing it forward and it's up to them to make sure that this works out. I don't really feel like that's completely fair, but it seems like when you kind of take a break from it and you take a breath, they're feeling like they need this to keep pushing forward, and if they don't keep pushing forward, this won't happen. So they're feeling like they're stuck being the one to make sure this works out. I don't know if that's really the case. I just feel like that's their perception of it. Now, what makes things better for you is sticking with, I feel like this is going towards, like, in between your two options, what I want and what is right. I feel like this is going towards what is right. I feel like the Four of Pentacles is you just kind of going along with what you feel is the right thing to do here. And I don't feel like you're overly comfortable with that, but I feel like what they're saying, what makes things better, makes things easier for you, is just to hold to what you feel is the right thing to do. Because I feel like what happens here is I feel like that's actually going to win out anyway in your case, and the reason it is because you have, in your spiritual aspect, the Ace of Cups. You love this person, and the reason you're going to do what's right as opposed to what you'd like to do, and the reason this makes this the right thing to do is because you love them, and I feel like you're getting re-involved with it. I feel like you're getting re-engaged, and you're trying to just, I kind of feel like your viewpoint is changing from like what I want, what I should do, what I want, what I feel like what is right to do, and you're kind of like, I'm kind of overdoing this whole that feel, so let me just engage in this and see if we can push it forward. Can we just get it done? I'll do the right thing because I feel like this is coming from your side, like this is what you feel is the right thing to do, so let's just go that way. And you're like, yeah, it's the right thing to do. I don't know if I really want to, but it's the right thing to do. Is there a way for me to push this forward and just get it done? Like, since I'm saying I'm gonna do it, and I believe it's the right thing to do, can't we just do it? Can we just do it? And I feel like you re-engage and you're pushing it forward. That makes things a lot better for your partner. I feel like that really kind of releases this from them feeling so stressed about it. And because I feel like you're pushing it forward now, you're re-engaging and you want it done because you're just kind of like, all right, it's the right thing to do. Yeah, let me just get it done. I just want to get it done. Now I just want to get it done to get it over with. Not that that's the best viewpoint, I get that, but just to get it over with, let's just move forward. Let's just do it. This makes your partner very happy. I don't feel like they're mincing like how you're, I don't know, I don't feel like they're looking too deeply into it about your motivations about it. But the fact that you're moving forward, they want this, you're going forward with it, you feel like it's the right thing to do, I'm getting it's making your partner a lot happier. The Queen of Cups, I feel like the Queen of Cups is happy. I'm not getting anything else with that card. Like, that makes things better for them. Done? Done. I didn't get any of the Oracle cards on that. And I'm getting not needed, so don't throw them out because it'll just muddy up the situation. So I won't throw them out there because I don't want to muddy up the situation. Let's do Leo single. Let's do Leo single. What do we have for single Leos? Messages for single Leos. What do we have for single Leos? What do we have for single Leos? And positive, empowering information for single Leos. Information about the truth about what's going on and helping them move forward in a way that they truly want to go. Helping them get to the end goal that they want. Don't know if that card at the top is good or bad. I gotta be honest with you. Don't know. I didn't even use these last time. I'm feeling like I should just put them out. Alright. You got you got the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom here. You got the Queen of Pentacles in the center. There literally is only 2 Pentacle cards here, but I feel like a lot of Pentacle energy is happening. Because I feel like whoever you're dealing with, to me, there's a very strong Earth feel. That doesn't have to mean that they're an Earth sign, but I feel like they're a very regimented, dedicated, stable person, but it might be so stable to you that it seems more restrictive, and it just may not jive with what you... It may not just jive with you. Let's just put it that way. It's not a bad energy. Neither is yours, of course. But I'm getting there might be a mismatch of energy here. Both people are great. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with either of you. But the energies might not match. Let's just go that route with this. Now, you got the Page of Swords in the past. That's the page. Yep. Now, I'm getting with this, like, I feel like it feels both ways. In the sense of, like, you've been watching each other and kind of trying to read between the lines. The two of you are trying to figure out if this is something that can actually thrive. And it's almost like, how much do you work together? How much do you work against each other? Do you give in to each other but find it aggravating to do so? I feel like the two of you are just like paying attention. Like, I don't feel a lot of arguments here, I gotta be honest. But I do feel like it's just kind of like, do you like how the other person works? Does it aggravate you, some of the things they do, how they live? Are they so this way that it's just obnoxious to you? Or do you find it boring? Vice versa, you know, do they find you too energetic, too something this or that? You seem to be watching each other and just kind of analyzing each other. It seems like it's even trade, though. I don't feel like anybody's holding anything over the other. I just feel like you're just kind of watching each other and just absorbing how each moves. The moon card is here in the environment. This person likes you. They want to see the best, but they're not sure. Like, I feel like it's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Like, it's even. It's not 2 steps forward, 1 step back, which that is what that usually is. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Like, they feel like it's going well, then they're like, no, I don't know about this. And like, yeah, no, I don't know about this. Because I feel like there's moments that are really good between the two of you and moments that are really not. And they don't know what, they don't know. They just, that's just it. They don't know. They don't know. They like you. They'd like this to work, but they're not seeing. They want this to be a possibility, but I feel like if they're going to be honest with themselves and they're not yet, I don't think this matches. And I feel like they're seeing that, but they don't want to admit it because they find you very, very engaging. They like you as a person. They see a very good person. They would like this to match, but I feel like in truth it's not. They're just not allowing themselves to see it. Because they would like this to have possibilities. They do see a good person when they see you is what I'm getting. I feel like it's hard for this person because they'd like this because the quality of who you are matches, but the way you each live life, I feel like that doesn't. I feel like they look at you and they see a good person, and for that reason they are trying to find a way for this to work. But in all honesty, I don't feel like the energies match. Now the 5 of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles in the section here, the middle section, the center, if I can spit that word out. And I shouldn't laugh, but I know, I don't feel like there's precursing arguments, but I do feel like there's an aggravating moment that pops in here. And it might be like suppressing how each of you feel. The 5 of Wands is usually some type of argument or some type of confusion. I'm getting this seems to come to a head. And like somebody says something that somebody else says something back, blah 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 blah. I don't know if it's an all-out war, but I feel like there's definitely words here that are less than the best. That's yeah. And I'm getting like the Queen of Pentacles is that energy saying that like somebody's taking this moment and they're sitting with it. This is not sitting good with one of you, if not both of you, because I feel like this moment, this is really not. I don't feel like it's like a knockdown, drag-out fight. Don't get me wrong. But even if it just seems like a little spat, it's enough to like make a dent in the situation. Let's put it that way. It leaves a mark emotionally. And I'm getting like this person here is realizing like this is how this is. This is how the two of you match up. And they got the Queen of Pentacles, not the Queen. The Knight of Pentacles at the bottom is kind of like, I feel like this person you're dealing with is looking at the situation like, this is what it's going to be like this is how our energies match. They don't want to see it, but I feel like this moment is really kind of like highlighting, like, this is what it's going to be like. The two of your energies don't match is what I'm getting. If this is hitting, I'm getting like they're very regimented, and I don't feel like that works. It could be reversed. That I've seen that happen, especially I have had Leos that you take on more characteristics in your chart where you're more regimented, and then the other person who's not, maybe that doesn't work for you. Like, it can go that way. But for what I'm getting for those of you this is hitting with, like, the energies are not matching. Now, as this keeps going forward, because I don't feel like this doesn't feel like endgame to me, to be honest with you, not yet. But I get as you keep going forward with this person, I'm getting like there seems to be an emotional disconnect. I feel like it's going through a rote routine, and I feel like one of you, if not both of you, is starting to emotionally detach while still going forward. And I just feel like this is starting to really fizzle out. When I'm getting the 6 of Cups, I'm getting like the passion is more in the past than in the present or the future. And I'm getting like, it just feels like looking at the situation like, where did that passion go? Because I feel like you're the two of you, it might be both of you, are just kind of checking out. Because of that, if this reading is hitting with you, I feel like because of that, that's why you're having these outcomes. And I feel like this is part of that outcome, is the Death card with the finding the balance. like, this isn't working. And I feel like this situation is kind of like, the balance of this is that romantically, the two of you are not going to work out. I feel like I've been saying it the whole time, though, so I don't think that's a shock. I do see that for you, the Five of Cups is like, I don't feel like you're liking that outcome. You find this person attractive, too, and you like them, too. But I feel like it's realizing that this is fizzling out, because your final outcome is also the World with the sacral chakra, which is, that's kind of like a home feel. Like, this isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to really cement in a relationship that's harmony. It's not going to harmonize. It's going to be flat. Like, it's not, like, for you to, I feel like for the two of you to get along, you have to disconnect a little bit and allow each person to be who they are without really engaging in that, and that's not working. And I'm getting the World, especially the World and the Devil, the World and the Death card together. Like, this is a phase that's moving on. And the sacral chakra is telling me the reason it's moving on is because it's not a situation you can really build a healthy life together. Neither of you are bad people, it's just the energies don't match. That's what I'm feeling. The energies don't match. Stereotypically, granted, earth and fire don't really mix. They just, one moves very fast and quick and very, can be very spontaneous. The other can be very regimented, stable, and static, and just can move forward, but in a very regimented, determined, plotted, predictable way. They just stereotypically, they don't match. Stereotypically. There's always exceptions to the rule, granted. Anything else? All right. I think we're done with that. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.